Hello and good morning, dear students. Today we are starting our third part of chapter metals and non-metals. In our last class, we have discussed the physical properties and chemical properties. In chemical properties, we have discussed the first chemical property, reaction with oxygen. Means the metals react with oxygen and non-metals react with oxygen. And after this, we have performed two activities to check the metal oxides are acidic or basic. And today we are moving on with second chemical property, reaction with water. As many metals react with water to form hydroxides, as sodium and potassium react with cold water to produce their hydroxides and hydrogen gas. We can understand the reactions with the help of chemical reactions. As first one is 2Na, means two molecules of sodium reacts with two molecules of water, means H2O molecules. The resultant will be, means the product we obtain is 2NaOH plus H2. 2NaOH is two molecules of sodium hydroxide plus H2 is the release of hydrogen gas. So on the left side of the arrow we have two reactants and on the right side the product. So the chemical reaction have reactants on the left side of the arrow and on the right side of the arrow are called products. So it tells us that if a metal reacts with water, then it gives metal hydroxides plus the release of hydrogen gas. Second equation, two molecules of potassium means 2K plus two molecules of water to H2O. When potassium reacts with water, it gives 2KOH, means two molecules of potassium hydroxide plus H2 means release of hydrogen gas. So as you know that sodium and potassium are the metals which reacts vigorously with oxygen and water. So that's why sodium and potassium are stored in kerosene to protect it from reacting with oxygen and water. Next, the third, metal magnesium reacts with only hot water to form hydroxides, as potassium and sodium reacts with normal or cold water. In the same way, magnesium do not react with these water. So magnesium has special property that magnesium metal reacts with only hot water to give magnesium hydroxides. We can understand with the help of chemical equation as Mg plus H2O, means magnesium reacts with water molecule, it gives MgOH2, means magnesium hydroxide plus H2, the release of hydrogen gas. So it is the reaction of metals with water and the resultant is metal hydroxides plus release of hydrogen in the form of gas. To understand this, we perform an activity. Take a small piece of sodium, means small piece of sodium metal we will take for our activity and dry it using a flat paper. As we know that sodium is stored in kerosene, so we have to dry it with a flat paper and cover with cotton piece to protect it from reacting with oxygen present in the atmosphere, and put the piece of sodium wrapped in cotton into the water solution. We observe that sodium reacts vigorously with water and metal hydroxide is formed. As we have discussed that sodium reacts with water to produce metal hydroxide, so the same reaction takes place. The reaction takes place with burning of sodium. Sodium reacts too fast, that's why it produces a flame also, means burning of sodium takes place. Now the solution is sodium hydroxide solution, and hydrogen gas is released from this solution. Now to check the solution is acidic or basic, we perform the same activity we have performed in reaction with oxygen, means we use the red litmus and blue litmus papers. Now first we dip the red litmus paper inside the solution, means the solution which is of sodium hydroxide, we dip the red litmus paper inside this, which turns blue, means we observe the red color of the paper is turned into blue color. This shows that hydroxides of metal also basic in nature. As we know that metal oxides are basic in nature, so metal hydroxides are also basic in nature. There is exception of non-metal also, that except phosphorus no non-metal react with air, means we keep the non-metals in open air, but phosphorus is an exception, that because phosphorus reacts with water very fast, phosphor reacts with air very fast, so that's why we store phosphorus in water to protect it from reacting with the atmospheric oxygen, because if we keep the phosphorus inside water then it will not react with the air. So it's all the activity of reaction with water of metals. The next we discuss is corrosion. So what is corrosion? As corrosion is degradation of material due to chemical reaction, means the loss of the material or any metal or non-metal due to chemical reaction with moisture and oxygen present in the atmosphere. As if we keep any iron metal or iron material into the open atmosphere, then there may be rusting takes place. So rusting is also an example of corrosion, because after rusting the iron metal degrade or lose its properties, means there may be change in the chemical substance of the iron. So there is a chemical reaction takes place also while corrosion. Who wants to lose of himself? No one. So that's why we need the methods to prevent corrosion, means we need methods to prevent the metal from degradation. The commonly used methods are painting, means by applying a coating of paint on iron we protect the metal from rusting, we protect from corrosion. The second method is oiling and greasing, means after applying a layer of oil and grease on the iron objects or metal objects we protect them from corrosion. The third is galvanization, means if a layer of zinc metal applied on iron then it can be protected from corrosion, means we protect iron from corrosion by applying a layer of zinc metal on iron. So it's all about corrosion and the methods to prevent from corrosion. So next we discuss what is alloying. A less reactive metal is mixed with pure metal to improve the quality. Means alloying means when a less reactive metal is reacted or combined with pure metal to improve its quality is called alloying. As iron is mixed with copper and chromium, means iron when mixed with nickel and chromium for making stainless steel. So we can say stainless steel is obtained after alloying. As nickel and chromium are less reactive metals and these are combined with iron which is a high reactive metal. So iron combined with nickel chromium makes stainless steel. The next is brass is made of copper and zinc. Means copper and zinc also are less reactivity as compared to each other, so that's why brass is obtained with the mixture of copper and zinc. It is also an product obtained from alloying. Next is bronze, as bronze is made of copper and tin or magnesium. Means when copper or tin or copper or magnesium are combined, we get the bronze. It is also an alloying product. It's all about our today's class. We have discussed reaction with water, corrosion and alloying. Two practice questions are for you. The first one is define galvanization and alloying. And the second question is define corrosion and methods of prevention of corrosion. So it's all about our today's class. Hope you all understood. Keep revising, keep studying your study material again and again so that you will get better understanding of the concept. Have a great day. Meet you soon in our next class.